Real power is the ability to get back up no matter how many times you've been knocked down. Real power is staring your demons in the face and daring them to do their worst. Real power is refusing to be defined by the worst things that have happened to you. So no, you're not a victim, you're a warrior who's been through hell and is still standing. Let's talk about loyalty for a second. Shall we? Everyone loves to preach about loyalty until it's their turn to show it, until it costs them something, until it means standing by you when you've got nothing left to offer. The truth is most people aren't loyal to you, they're loyal to their need of you. Once you stop being useful, you stop being seen, and that hurts, doesn't it, to realize that the ones you would have died for wouldn't even cross the street for you. But take a deep breath, kid, because betrayal is a gift, ugly, brutal, but a gift all the same. It clears the room, shows you who's real and who's just playing a part. It cuts the dead weight so you can rise without anything holding you back. So thank them, thank the ones who walked away, who didn't believe in you, who said you'd never make it without them. You might have been too busy trying to please everyone else to ever find out who you really are. And don't mistake isolation for weakness. Loneliness, that's just the world giving you space to grow. The dark isn't your enemy, it's your cocoon. It's where you build yourself back up, where you silence all the voices telling you that you can't. People are afraid of being alone because they're afraid of what they'll find when there's no one else around to distract them. But you're different. You've been through too much to fear your own company. Use the silence, listen to the doubts, the insecurities, the regrets, and then prove every single one of them wrong. Your time in the dark is temporary. It's the preparation for when the light comes back, for when you step out of the shadows with a strength they never saw coming. Oh, they'll talk, they always do. The louder your silence gets, the louder they'll talk, trying to fill the void you left behind. Let them gossip, is just noise, meaningless, hollow, fading fast. Your actions, your transformation, your rise, that's what will echo. People will believe lies because they're easy to swallow, because they'd rather paint you as the villain than face their own flaws. So stop trying to set the record straight. Truth doesn't need defending, it just needs time. And when it comes out, because it always does, the ones who doubted you will have to choke on every word ever spoke against you. So get up, not because they deserve to see you rise, but because you deserve to see what you're capable of. Get up because your story isn't over, because every sunrise is a chance to rewrite everything they tried to erase. Get up because you owe it to the person you used to be and the person you're going to become. You've got battles to fight, demons to slay, scars to turn into trophies, and when you walk back into the light, do it without apology, without explanation, without looking back. Shock them, not with words, not with promises, not with speeches. Shock them with the person you become, the one they never saw coming, the one who took every stone they threw and built a throne out of it, the one who didn't just survive but thrived. Your comeback isn't just going to silence them, it's going to haunt them. This isn't the end, this is the beginning of the part where you rise. Keep going. They'll act surprised when you come back. Oh, they'll pretend they didn't see it coming, but the truth is they knew. They always knew, even when they were kicking you while you were down, whispering behind your back, writing you off for good. Deep down they knew, because people can sense strength even when it's buried beneath a mountain of pain. They saw the way you got up one more time, how you came, kept moving forward, even when every step felt like walking on broken glass. But admitting that would have ruined their narrative, wouldn't it? Easier to call you crazy, weak, failure, easier to paint you as the villain than to admit they were afraid of what you might become if you ever found your way out of the dark. That's why they tried so hard to keep you there. Misery loves company and people who have accepted their own mediocrity. Can't stand the idea of someone else breaking free, so they lie. They tell you it's too late, that you've missed your chance, that you're too broken to ever be whole again. They pile on the doubts, the guilt, the memories of every mistake you've ever made, hoping you'll crumble under the weight. But they forgot something: diamonds are made under pressure, and the longer they press down, the sharper you become. See, most people live and die in the same place, mentally never evolving, never breaking the chains they were handed at birth. They don't want freedom, they want comfort. They don't want the truth, they want the lies that let them sleep at night. But you were never meant to be like them. You were born to defy, to question, to rise above. That's why you don't fit in, why the herd keeps pushing you away. They see a wolf trying to blend in with sheep, and it terrifies them. So stop apologizing for being different, for wanting more, for refusing to settle for a life that feels like slow death. You're not here to blend in, you're here to stand out, to burn so bright they have to shield their eyes. And don't you dare waste time hating them for what they did. Hate's a poison that only kills the one who carries it. No, let them go. Forgive them, not because they deserve it, but because you do, because dragging around that bitterness only makes you bleed. Not them. Forgive, but don't forget. Remember every lesson, every scar, every betrayal, not as shackles, but as reminders of what you survived those scars aren't weaknesses, they're proof that you've walked through hell and kept going with them with pride, not shame. You want to know the real reason they turned on you? It's simple. They saw the fire in you, the hunger, the potential to become everything they never could. And nothing scares small minds more than watching someone else break the limits they've accepted for themselves. They needed you to fail, needed you to stay small, needed you to be as miserable as they are, because if you made it, then what excuse would they have for wasting their own lives? So they dragged you down, not out of hate, but out of fear that your success would shine a light on their cowardice, fear that your strength would expose their weakness. But now you get to turn that fear into fuel every time you feel like quitting. Remember the ones who said you couldn't. Remember the smirks, the whispers, the eyes that looked right through you. Let it burn in your chest, let it drive you forward, let it sharpen your focus until all that's left is the mission. You're not here to beg for their approval or to prove them wrong. You're here to prove yourself right. And when they come crawling back, when they start acting like they were on your side all along, don't even waste your breath. Let your silence speak. For you, people like that don't deserve explanations, apologies, or second chances. The ones who leave when the storm hits don't get to bask in the sunlight. When it clears, lock the door, bolt it shut, and keep moving forward. You've got bigger things to worry about than playing nice with ghosts from your past. Stop looking for closure, for apologies that will never come, for explanations that won't make the pain any less real. The truth is they did what they did because they could. No grand reason, no hidden meaning, just plain selfishness. Accept it, let it harden you, not into something cruel, but into something unbreakable. Because at the end of the day, you're all you've got. People come and go, promises break, love fades, but the person staring back at you in the mirror, that's your ride or die. So build that person into a fortress. Invest in your mind, your body, your soul. Learn, grow, adapt, turn every weakness into a weapon, every flaw into a strength. And don't be afraid to walk alone. The path to greatness is always lonely. Friends, family, lovers, most of them won't get it. They'll tell you to slow down, to be grateful for what you have, to stop chasing dreams that keep you up at night, not because they want what's best for you, but because your ambition makes them uncomfortable, because watching you fight for more makes them question why they stopped fighting themselves. So walk alone if you have to, walk until your legs give out, until the pain in your chest makes it hard to breathe until every fiber of your being screams for you to quit. And then take one more step. You'll lose people along the way, that's a given, but losing people isn't the same as losing yourself. Don't cling to those who hold you back out of fear of being alone. The ones who really matter will catch up eventually, and the rest, they were just weights around your ankles, dragging you down, keeping you from flying. Cut them loose, mourn if you have to, cry if you must, but don't stop moving. You owe it to yourself to see what's on the other side of this pain, to find out who you could be if you didn't let anything or anyone hold you back. So get up, fight, not for them, not for revenge, but for you, for the kid who used to believe in miracles, for the dreamer who got their heart broken, for the warrior who's still breathing despite every reason not to be. Get up, because this isn't the end of your story. It's the part where the hero falls, where everything seems lost, where the darkness closes in, but that's not where it stops, because the real plot twist is in the comeback, the rise from the ashes, the rebirth, stronger and more ruthless than before. You think you've seen pain, you haven't seen anything, yet the real pain comes from settling, from living a life that's less than what you're capable of, from waking up one day and realizing you let your fears dictate your fate. So embrace the pain you're in now, wear it like a badge of honor. Let it remind you that you're still alive, still fighting, still hungry. Let it fuel you to become the person they'll never forget, not out of spite, but out of purpose. Shock them, not with words, not with threats, not with revenge. Shock them with the masterpiece you become. Shock them by living a life that makes their betrayal look insignificant. Shock them by rising so high they can't even reach to pull you back down. Shock them with your comeback, because in the end, that's the only revenge worth having, becoming everything they said you couldn't keep going. Your story is just getting started, and when you stand there finally at the summit of everything they said you'd never reach, with the wind in your face and the world beneath your feet, you'll realize that it was never about proving them wrong. No, that was just the bait, the spark that got you moving. The real war was always against yourself, against the version of you that almost gave in, that almost let the darkness wide, that almost swallowed every lie they fed you. It was about proving to the face in the mirror that you could, that you would, that every sleepless night, every tear bitten back, every bridge burned was worth it, that you could take every stone they threw, every door they slammed, every name they called you, and build a throne out of it. And that's the irony, isn't it? The ones who tried the hardest to keep you down are the reason you rose. Every betrayal was just another log on the fire, every doubt just more fuel for the engine, every goodbye just a reminder that the only person you can really count on is yourself. They gave you the tools to build the very empire they wanted to destroy. That's the punchline. They sharpen the blade that's about to cut them down because people don't break you. They break illusions, they strip away the lies you tell yourself about who's real, who's loyal, who's worth your time, and when the smoke clears,